So several years ago, we really took a hard look at our facilities and what our needs were, from a comprehensive standpoint, and in working with the board and developing priorities. And a lot of that starts with safety and security. So as you look at the projects that we've taken on, including Madison and Grant and Susan Clark, those were secure entrances to ensure that we had that secure vestibule, that if you get into that first door, you're not getting right into the building. And so that was a high priority, and those were the first projects we really took on. And then from there, it was looking comprehensively at our enrollment, what's happening, what are our needs in terms of capacity across the district. And Jefferson, that project really began to stand out in terms of ensuring that it was the right location for where students are. So if you look at a heat map of where our students live, Jefferson's in the bullseye. So we needed to create some additional space, and that's why Jefferson was chosen for that. And then we really looked at what additional projects are necessary and would really serve the needs of our students. And so as you look at softball and baseball and the wrestling room project, those are really about our programs expanding and the needs of those programs and the kids that they serve. Really, when you look at overall, the projects really hit all aspects of what we do here in this district and how we serve kids in our community.
So I think it's important that our school district invested in the secure entrances within our district as well as new nursing stations, because it really sends a message that we value safety amongst our students, and then the nursing station is key in communication between parents and families, our community, and then our students' health.
Construction projects are very complex, and obviously they're expensive, and so you want to make sure that from beginning to end you have the right team in place to ensure that happens. And the larger and more complex and more construction projects you do, it just gets more complicated. Having professionals like Russell, who day in and day out, this is the work that they do, they're working with contractors, they're doing multiple projects, they have a really good pulse on where costs are and what we should expect. And I think through our bidding process, we've seen that as a really valuable thing. One of the hardest parts with construction projects is going into it thinking it's going to cost this amount and finding out it's going to cost a lot more. Knowing ahead of time where you're headed is just a great advantage. When you have multiple construction sites, we don't have the capacity to have staff at all of these sites at all times. And so having them eyes there, understanding where we're at, what issues might be coming up, and dealing with those right away makes a huge difference on keeping projects on time and keeping them on budget. Russell does a great job, very professional. We've been very fortunate with all of our projects. They bring the right people to the table, and they're experts in their field for a reason, and that's paid dividends for us in terms of ensuring that projects get done the way they should. And in the end, we're very proud of the final product. They've been a great partner in that. They work well with contractors, they've worked well with the district, with our staff, they've worked well with Leggett Architects, and I would highly recommend them moving forward.
As a client-centric company, Russell really strives to understand the client's goals, needs, and priorities on a project. With this one being a school district, there's a lot of crossover between the city of Muscatine and as well as the surrounding communities. So we were able to hear from various stakeholders and incorporate some of the wants and needs into the projects. There's no better way to give back to the community than to invest in the students.